I don't know anyone that doesn't like Vic Gilliam. He is an exceptional man. I've known him for 25 years. And it's always fun to be around Vic Gilliam. I own the conditorei here in Salem, and I was having a meeting in the conditorei, and it was during the holiday season. And I looked outside the window there, and I could see Santa Claus there peeking in the window and waving at me. And so this went on. He was doing everything he could to disrupt this meeting. And finally, Santa Claus came in to join our luncheon. And of course, Santa Claus turned out to be Vic Gilliam. Vic is one of those exceptional individuals who joins humor with great intelligence.
He was in a primary challenge like 4 years ago, and specifically the male pieces attacking him, I think, said directly on there. He pals around with Brian Clem. So it was a little awkward to then go canvas to try and rebut that, because then it would clearly indicate we are friends. And if we were trying to hide that, you wouldn't just have me go out there, or so his opponent thought. And so I disguised myself because he needed a driver. It was raining and he needed someone to go door to door with him, so I went with him. We also found a lawn sign on one corner that the opponent had put in the yard without actually the permission of the owner. So the owner asked to get rid of it. Vic could have burned it or thrown it away, but he decided we should return it to the opponent's campaign office in person himself. So I stayed in the car and hid and watched and advised him this might not be a good idea to march right into your opponent's campaign headquarters, but he did it anyway. And he marched in with this guy's lawn sign and very amicably said, "Oh, I believe this belongs to you," and the owner of the property wanted it returned so you could use it somewhere else. And apparently all these volunteers who were working day and night to dethrone him just were shocked, just silent, like, you know, because they had created this demon in their mind, and here he comes in and politely gives them their lawn sign back.
Vic and I came into the legislature together in 2007, and we served on the House Human Services Committee with then Chair Carolyn Tomei. And I knew it was going to be a special time working with Vic because of the way he would bring laughter to the committee, but also really cared about the issues. As a guy who would self-profess not to be a policy guy, he really cared about the issues we were talking about in human services. And he and Chair Tomei became great friends, tango partners at one point in time. And I knew that Vic and I were going to be good friends.
Vic is very funny, and I mean the funniest guy in our caucus, except for me, and in Sal Esquivel and Krieger. Those guys cracked me up. One time I was a freshman legislator. I got a note that said, please come see me immediately, Peter Courtney, President, Oregon State Senate. So I excused myself and went over to the Senate and was awkward, not sure what to do, and talked to Peter Courtney's, I think it was Phil Bentley, his chief, I think back then, and said that he wants to see me. And he said, well, no, that's not his writing. That's not my writing. And he said, is someone playing a joke on you? And Vic did that. But he does that stuff all the time. He's got great sense of timing, both comedic and compassionate.
With due respect, Janet, Michael, LaToya, and Tito are not germane.
You know, this is a very special occasion tonight in honoring Vic. He is so worthy of this recognition. And one of the things that is so important when somebody is in public life and in politics is having the trust of the individuals they work with. And Senator Hatfield had the greatest trust in Vic Gilliam. They were good friends. He was very proud to have him represent him at meetings and in various occasions. And it was a joy to see that kind of relationship.
And I'd say it started in 2011. He had the honor, I think he was the only one to have this honor, to chair 2 policy committees during the tie. We all had co-chairs, Republican and Democrat, and he had 2. And one of them was with Carolyn Tomei, and they differed on many issues, but they really worked together very well during that session, had a lot of affection for each other. And that was a time when the state could have went one of 2 directions, devolved into DC-style gridlock or work together to solve huge budget challenges. And there was a team of people, Arnie Roebland, Bruce Hanna, and they all had their kind of lieutenants, and Vic was one of those. And he was a go-to guy in a time where we didn't know if we were going to devolve into our corners and fight or work together to be statespeople, and Vic was part of making that happen.
He has excelled relationally more than anyone I know or have served with. And his ability to be reconciled with those who may offend him or to do him wrong is remarkable. Just incredibly compassionate. I think that's why he's statesman, is because of how he carries himself, how he treats people. He clearly is a very good legislator, very effective in how he tries to find consensus and get bills done.
He's a statesman because of those special times in those debates that mattered the most to the state. He was always there. I remember fondly and with great pride for him his speech on driver's cards, to stand up and speak on behalf of making our roads safer and standing up for new Oregonians so they could have access to a driver's card was just amazing. And I think that's one of those moments when you say, there's a statesman. There's a guy who's going to stand up for those folks who need a voice, who's going to stand up and speak his values no matter what, and do the right thing for this state. Vic is a statesman. He is a wonderful human being and so deserving of this award.
What do I admire most about Vic? Hair. I like his hair. I mean, mine's good, but his is different color. It's just different. I wouldn't say it's better. I'd say it's different.
I've heard he's good looking. I think he's an actor. I think he could have a shot at a career there. But he's also just a really great guy.
Other than that, that's all I got. The rest of the stories about Vic, all are attached to statute of limitations that have not expired. I don't want to see the guy indicted, and so I'm just not going to tell him. So that's it. That's all I got for Vic.
Victory. Oregon is lucky to have you, my brother. Love, your friend Claire.
It's way over
if
that.
you're going to get up and over
way too
and
much.
then,
And I'm just saying it, and then you're probably
I'm
saying
trying
the
to follow
same
along,
thing.
trying to
Exactly.
so we can get on the same.